Let's solve one-step equations. First, we're going to write what the equation says. Second, we're going to identify the operation and the inverse. Third, we're going to solve. And fourth, we will check our answer by evaluating. Here's our first example. The goal of solving equations is to find the value of x. Let's read, starting from the left, what this equation says. A number plus 5 equals negative 12. The operation is plus 5. Because we only wrote one operation, this is a one-step equation. The inverse of plus 5 is minus 5. Now let's solve. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Notice that there's a plus 5 and a minus 5. This is called the additive inverse, and it equals 0. Let's bring down the x. Now, let's simplify. Negative 12 minus 5. Remember, when you have the same sign, you add. So negative 12 minus 5 equals negative 17. So we found that the value of x is negative 17. So how do we check if the answer is correct? First, we write the equation again. A number plus 5 equals negative 12. Now we're going to evaluate. While we do this, we want to cover up the right-hand side because we don't need this part of the equation. So let's substitute. Negative 17 plus 5. And now there's just numbers. So let's simplify. Remember, when you have different signs, you subtract. Negative 17 plus 5 equals negative 12. Now we are done with the left-hand side. So we're going to cover that up and look at the right-hand side. The integer negative 12, there's nothing you can do. So you just bring it down. Again, there's nothing you can do, so we bring it down. Now we uncover the left-hand side. Does negative 12 equal negative 12? Yes. Now, because this statement is true, the solution is negative 17, not negative 12. Here's a second example. Again, starting from the left, we're going to read what it says. A number minus 12 equals 21. What is the operation? Minus 12. Because we only wrote one operation, this is a one-step equation. The inverse of minus 12 is plus 12. Now we're going to solve. We're going to add 12 to both sides. Notice minus 12 and plus 12. This is called the additive inverse. It equals 0. Bring down the w. Simplify. 21 plus 12 equals 33. Remember, it's a positive 33, but it's invisible, so we don't write it in. So we found the value of w equals 33. Now we have to check. Let's rewrite our equation. A number minus 12 equals 21. We're going to evaluate. We don't need anything on the right-hand side, so we're going to cover that up. Now, what's the value of w? 33 minus 12. Let's simplify. 33 minus 12 is 21. Now let's cover up the left-hand side. Now we have the integer 21. There's nothing to do with that. So we bring it down. And we bring it down again. Now we need to look at both sides. Is 21 equal to 21? Yes. Because this statement is true, 21 does equal 21, the solution is 33, not 21. Here is our next example. Start reading from the left. Negative 15 equals negative 3 times a number. The operation we wrote is negative 3 times. Because we only wrote one operation, this is a one-step equation. What is the inverse of multiplying by -3? Dividing by -3. Now we're going to solve by dividing both sides by -3. Now we're going to simplify. -15 divided by -3 equals +5. And -3 divided by -3 is t. Don't forget, there's an invisible positive and an invisible 1. So now we found that the value of t is 5. Let's check to make sure this is correct. Start by writing the equation again. -15 equals -3 times a number. Now let's evaluate. Let's cover up the left-hand side this time. Read from the left, -3, and the value of t is 5. This is not -35. We need to show that it is times. In order to do that, we need to put in parentheses. Now, let's simplify. -3 times 5 is -15. And we're done with the right-hand side. Let's cover it up and go to the left-hand side. Now let's look at the left side. The integer -15. There's nothing to do, so we bring it down. There's nothing to do, and we bring it down. Now we're going to look at both sides. Is this true? Is -15 equal to -15? Yes. Because this is true, the solution is 5, not -15. Here's a fourth problem. Let's read from the left. 8 equals a number divided by 4. The operation we wrote is divided by 4. Because we only wrote one operation, this is a one-step equation. The inverse of divided by 4 is times 4. Now let's solve. We're going to multiply both sides by 4. 4 times 8 equals 32. And when you multiply and divide by the same number, you get 1. W. Don't forget, there's an invisible positive and an invisible 1. But they are invisible, so we don't always write them in. Now we found that the value of W equals 32. Let's check by writing the original equation. 8 equals a number divided by 4. Now we're going to evaluate. Let's cover up the left-hand side. Let's substitute. The value of W is 32 divided by 4. Let's simplify. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. And we're done. Now let's cover up the right-hand side. This is the integer 8. There's nothing to do, so we bring it down. There's still nothing to do. Bring it down. Now let's look at both sides. Does 8 equal 8? Yes. Because this statement is true, the solution is 32, not 8.